So just when you thought that DC's finally getting together, we're gonna have a new DC Films head, I guess not. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. So yeah, it just felt like maybe a few videos ago where I talked about DC found their Kevin Feige. And I'm serious, like does the job description actually say that? Does it actually say, must be the Kevin Feige of DC? Like, does it actually say that? But regardless, at that time, the top contender was a person named Dan Lin. And you can refer back to that other video to learn a little bit more about Dan Lin. And I really thought Dan Lin was going to be the guy. I mean, Alan Horn was his mentor. He used to be a Warner Brothers studio executive. But then it was announced today that negotiations fell through. CNBC first reported it. Lego movie producer Dan Lin won't take DC film and TV chief role at Warner Brothers. And it all really came down to that production company that he owned, Ryback. Apparently, they couldn't get it to work. Negotiations went into salary and vision, but Ryback remained a complication. One scenario envisioned Warner Bros. Discovery taking an equity stake in the company, although the size was always unclear. So even though Dan Lin's dream job that he talked about was being the head of DC Films, apparently it was not enough to give up on his Ryback company. And perhaps David Zaslav was like, wait, it's enough we have to pay this guy. I have to buy his company too? And so maybe it was just a little too expensive to bring this guy on. So it's back to the drawing board once again to find that Kevin Feige type figure. I mean, at this point, are they just waiting for Kevin Feige himself to fill the Kevin Feige type figure? I don't know. But I'm not sad that Dan Lin didn't take the job. I don't know the guy. I don't think any of us do. It really doesn't matter. I'm just a little disappointed that we have to wait a little bit longer to see the full scope and full vision of the DC Films plan. Because whoever was going to come on, I figured at that point they can start coming together and say, okay, this is our 10-year plan. We're confident in this now. We have a guy taking over and we are going to go in this direction. But now it's like still up in the air, you know? But what's interesting in one of the articles that covered it was that the negotiations were already into salary and mainly vision. So Ryback company was standing. I wonder if there were any issues at all with the vision. Like maybe Dan Lin came in as like, you know what, I want this vision, I want a new Justice League, and maybe, David Zaslav's like, how about you work with the current iteration? Because not long ago, David Zaslav said we already did a reset, and they pretty much came out and says, look, this is what we're going to do going forward. If you remember, David Zaslav revealed a cohesive plan for the future of DC. We've restructured the business where we are going to focus, where there is going to be a team with a 10-year plan focusing just on DC. It's very similar to the structure at Disney. And that 10-year plan seems like he already has an idea of what that's going to be. And the fact that he's not just putting out movies just to get it out of the way so they can do a reset, it just seems like he's already invested in the current iteration that some may want to call the Snyderverse versions of those characters. And in regards to those current iterations, the current DC films that are coming out, remember he said that he was going to make them better? We are very excited about them. We've seen them. We think they are terrific, and we think we can make them even better, which is like the opposite of reset. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like the opposite of that. But with what he said at the earnings call, it does seem like they've already, at the point that they've already made them better. Like they've already done what needs to be done with it. And I know he never mentioned Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom in that quote there, but a lot of people are thinking that there's going to be some reshoots for that. And, that could still be the case, but it may not have Jason Momoa in it. Jason Momoa revealed on his Instagram that he is shaving off his long hair to promote non-plastics. But when they delayed the movie, the director James Wan had said himself that he could continue working on the VFX to make them better. Apparently, the internet was also saying that Shazam Fury of the Gods was going to have major reshoots as well. David F. Sandberg himself came out and talked about that. Are you guys really doing reshoots for Shazam, or is it fake news? David Sandberg says, no, I've seen reports that Shazam is being retooled, but it's not true. The cut has been locked for quite some time, and we're doing final mix, color, and VFX right now. Everyone is happy with the film, and we're not going to work longer on it just because of the release date shift. They figured Aquaman's previous date was better for us, and that's the reason we moved. Definitely not shooting more. And I don't know what's going on, but apparently people are saying there's going to be reshoots for The Flash as well. Well, the Flash Film News reached out to their connections. Massive reshoots and rewrites? Sources close to production deny The Flash is undergoing massive rewrites and reshoots and confirm the film is on track in post. Now I can believe that there will be only minor reshoots for The Flash. I mean, it does cost like $250 million, so I don't know if they would have to reshoot that any more than it needs to. Like I said, I think the ending is the only thing that really needs to be reshot. Just cut off at a certain point and have either Ben Affleck appear as Batman and Henry Cavill as Superman, and then you're fine. That's it. Or just cut off the ending, I guess, altogether. But the closest movie that's coming out right now is Black Adam, and that may have already been reshaped to be better, because it was another test screening, and this time Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson actually showed up at the test screening to talk to the audience.
DJ here. We're about to surprise the first ever small intimate screening of Black Adam and get the critical feedback from my number one boss, you guys, the audience. Hey.
You smell good too.
I put on the smell good tonight. Thank you. You guys wrote the film. I got to tell you, just personally, this is the first time I've seen the movie with an audience with you guys. And then you guys started clapping at the end, and it was just really good. So thank you so much.
So according to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it looks like people clapped at the end of the movie. People were excited, and he had good comments from the audience, unless they were scared to tell him any different. But the interesting part was when he asked the audience, what did they think about the ending?
I have some questions for you guys. Let's talk about the end.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of Black Adam.
What did you love about it? Just curious.
You don't know what's going to happen next.
Really special to me. Thank you so much.
And so in my mind, like, the ending that he's talking about's gotta be that post-credit scene, right? The one where Superman shows up. Now, there's really no indication from this test screen whether or not that's Henry Cavill or not, but the way that they're unclear of what's going to happen next just most likely means a Superman does show up to face off Black Adam to a possible eventual sequel or follow-up movie that has Black Adam going up against Superman. At least that's my hope anyway. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson also confirms on Instagram, if you saw that there, it said, "Psst, the global launch of our Black Adam trailer number 2 is going down this week," which seemingly confirms that on the 8th of this month, really just a day from now, we're going to get another Black Adam trailer. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. Alright, what do you think about Warner Brothers Discovery continuing to look for their Kevin Feige type DC film head? And also, what do you think about the current state of the current DC films that are coming out? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.